Imagine waking up one morning, the sun filtering through your curtains, casting gentle patterns on the wall. You stretch, feeling the comfort of another ordinary day. But today is different. You take a deep breath, and as the air fills your lungs, a chilling thought crosses your mind. What if the very air you breathe carries a virus that could turn you into a mindless zombie? What if the invisible threat lurking in the atmosphere could transform your loved ones, your neighbors, into something unrecognizable? As you feel your heart race, you realize that your world has turned upside down in a matter of moments. What if this wasn't a scene from a horror movie, but a reality waiting to unfold? The air, once a source of life, now becomes a harbinger of doom. Picture a bustling city, where laughter and chatter fill the streets, where families gather in parks and friends catch up over coffee. But as the day progresses, whispers of a strange illness begin to circulate. It starts with a cough, a sneeze, an innocuous sign that soon spirals into chaos. People begin to feel an insatiable hunger, a primal urge to consume flesh. It's not just a virus, it's a catalyst for an apocalypse. As you step outside, the world around you transforms. The vibrant colors dull, and an eerie silence blankets the streets. Shadows stretch long as the sun begins to set, casting an ominous glow. You see people staggering, their eyes lost, faces twisted in grotesque expressions of hunger. The realization hits hard. The virus is airborne. What would you do at this moment? Would you run, hide, or fight? The choices you make now could mean the difference between life and death. The government, scrambling to contain the outbreak, imposes lockdowns, urging citizens to wear masks and avoid crowds. But how do you protect yourself from an invisible enemy? As you watch news reports of the infection spreading rapidly, a knot of dread forms in your stomach. The very air you breathe becomes a ticking time bomb. With each breath, you feel the weight of uncertainty. Imagine gathering with your family, huddled in your living room, desperately clinging to the semblance of normalcy. You watch as your brother coughs, his eyes darting nervously. You can't help but wonder, has he been exposed? The tension in the room thickens, and as fear grips your hearts, you ask, what if he starts to change? The thought sends shivers down your spine. The air feels heavy with impending doom, and every shared breath feels like a gamble. Days pass, and the once bustling city descends into chaos. Stores are looted, and the streets are filled with the sounds of sirens and distant screams. The infection spreads like wildfire, and you realize that isolation is your only chance of survival. But as you barricade yourself in your home, the walls begin to close in. You can hear the muffled growls of the infected outside, clawing at the remnants of civilization. What would you do if the people you once knew became monsters outside your door? In this relentless nightmare, hope flickers like a dying candle. You see glimpses of humanity amidst the chaos, survivors banding together, sharing resources, and forming connections. They become your lifeline, your family in a world turned upside down. As you huddle together, you share stories, laughter, and even tears. In the face of despair, you find strength in unity. But with each passing day, the question looms larger. Will this new normal ever end? As the weeks turn into months, society begins to redefine itself. The air, once taken for granted, now carries an unspoken weight. You find yourself questioning everything. What does it mean to be human in a world where humanity is fading? What if the virus changes not just our bodies, but our very essence? The lines between survivor and monster blur, and you wonder if the true horror lies in the transformation of society itself. Imagine a moment of clarity amidst the chaos. You stand on a rooftop, overlooking the remnants of your city. The skyline, once a symbol of hope, now stands as a stark reminder of what has been lost. You breathe in deeply, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, but it's tainted with the remnants of fear. As you exhale, you realize that survival is not just about avoiding the virus. It's about holding on to your humanity, your capacity for compassion and love. As the sun sets on another day, your heart carries the weight of countless decisions. You reflect on the lives lost, the friendships forged in adversity, and the resilience that has emerged from the ashes. What if this experience teaches us something profound about ourselves? What if the very threat that sought to destroy us also ignited a spark of hope? In the end, this journey through a world infected by an airborne virus is not just a tale of survival, it's a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and our most powerful strengths. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit endures, finding ways to connect, to heal, and to rise. So, as you breathe in the air around you, remember, it's not just the virus that defines us, but how we choose to respond to the challenges we face. What if we emerge from this stronger, more united, and more compassionate than ever before? The choice is ours, and the future is waiting to be written.